So I can't make a live back here. I guess it's too much. But student loan debt. I see a lot of videos of these women coming out complaining, even to the point where they're like, I shouldn't have to be responsible for it because whatever. And it's like, they're like, it's so expensive to live now. Yeah, yes. Well, this is what you want. Like, you don't want to have a husband, you want to be a man, and that's what happens. Like, it sucks being a man. Like, what it is, there's a lot of women that have been brainwashed to think that we have it so good, we have it on easy, when in actuality they had it on easy. Not to saying like a stay-at-home mom isn't hard work, because it is. It's a lot of hard work, man. But that's natural. Like, it's natural to want to love your kids and raise your kids and take care of your kids. Like, you incubated that baby. That baby was literally a part of you, attached to you. That baby had to get cut from you because there was a cord attached to the baby. And for like, I don't know, like the postpartum, if it has anything to do with like birth control or any of that crap. But all this stuff nowadays is so unnatural. It's so unnatural. You know, I said in my last video that the reason why, and one of the reasons why housing is so expensive, is because we have so many single women that are off on their own. You know, before in the past, you didn't have it that much. Women didn't go off and venture and be like on their own. They would stay and live with their parents until they got married. Well, now, since our society wants to promote feminism and girl power, well, you mean, I don't know if to get extra taxes to enslave people. But yeah, I think that women have been completely brainwashed. I think that this whole push of girl power, from my point of view, for women, it is like some like, it's a rarity, honestly, for a woman to become a CEO and to push for girl sports and all that. It's like, I don't know. It's just, it's manly, and men don't like manly women. Like, the whole concept of these women, I've seen like a lot of women just like stepping to guys trying to fight, like they think that they could do anything, when it's like, it's unfair. It's unfair. I won't hit women. The only way I'm gonna hit women is if like I'm protecting somebody and they're you know, swarming. Of course I'm gonna start knocking people out because they're trying to attack somebody. You know, I'm gonna start, I don't care. It's like, well, I'm not just gonna sit there and just let you guys, you know, beat the hell out of me and the person I care about. And I've seen this. I'm gonna start knocking people out. I don't care who they are. They're a man or a woman. I am stronger than most all women, okay, physically. It's not a fair fight. If women need to understand and respect men, which they don't, if we were thrown into a battle scene, a fight for the death, me and your average woman, me and your best woman, I will give the most trained, highly trained woman a fight for her life. If it's a battle to the death, she might beat me, you know, having that extra training or whatever, you know. But it's not going to be a quick thing. It's not going to be an easy thing. Like, she's going to take a lot of damage. It's not going to be like a couple swift punches and I'm done. I have a lot more strength. Women need to understand that men can take them out anytime they want. And we hold back for obvious moral reasons. Why would we want to do that? I don't want to hurt no woman at all. But they need to respect us, and a lot of them just don't because of this crap that they're being fed from the TV, from the movies, and hell, I bet you YouTube, I wouldn't be surprised me talking like this. They want to give me a strike when I'm just talking the truth. I'm just saying the truth. Like, you can't compete even with me. I'm just an average guy. I'm like a little bit overweight. I'm like 200 pounds, 5'11". I'm not a small dude. I'm a lot stronger than 99% of women out here. And women, it's like when women are out at night or out here, right? Just out here. And it's just me and them. Like, why are they afraid all the time? Because they know like a bad man can cause a lot of problems. There's a lot more good men than there is bad. There's definitely bad men, but there's a lot more good men than bad that don't want to do that want to love and protect. But women want to be the men of their own life, and then they end up wondering why they're in the predicament that they're in. You know, why does a guy want to marry a woman on OnlyFans? Like, why would he want to procreate with that? You know, like the kids' friends find out about their past, and it's on the internet, and then like they shove it in their face. That would be horrible, man. I couldn't imagine that growing up, and then like that's out, like your mom's out there like doing that. That's horrible. Like Bonnie Blue, like just thought, like, dude, that's disgusting. Like, they need to be, what's happening is this being pushed. And who's pushing this? Who's behind this? Who's trying to push women to like be like promiscuous, like it's a good thing for society? No, it causes collapse. And the elites, if they're pushing this, they have to understand is like, you're gonna hit it, you're gonna feel it too, man. It's not gonna go just one way. It's not gonna go, oh, just the bottom feeders like myself just get wiped out. No, you're gonna get hurt too, man. I'm not making any threats. I'm just saying, like, if that's their goal for us to like trying to end humanity, like you're gonna get touched too, man. Anybody, what people have to understand is anybody can be touched on this planet. I'm not making threats. I am just saying what I see, because I live in reality. A lot of people just don't live in reality. Look at Luigi. I don't advocate for that. I'm not advocating for that. I'm taking that example, which he's being praised by 70% of the left, that actions, and even admired by some women on the left. And you don't think like that could happen. That guy was literally a CEO. Was he worth like $34 million? The guy was wealthy. Dude, to me, if you're a millionaire, if you have $1 million, you are rich. 500,000, you're rich. But that shit, anybody can be touched. Anybody. Look, even Trump was almost touched. He was touched, but like thank God, like, turned his head because of God, probably. Anybody can be touched in this planet. All you have to do is look at history. I want to emphasize, I am not making any threats. I'm only making observations. Look at the past. Look at how leaders were poisoned in the past with the Roman times, and look at how it happened, man. Like humans have evolved past that. No, we're still savages, man. We're still savages. Every single one of us has a dark side. We all have a shadow side. Listen to Jordan Peterson talk about it if you want to go more into depth about it, man. I'm just making observations. That's all I'm doing. Just like my lyrics. Man, listen, that album, Crypto by King Outkast, that was probably like some of the best, that's the best album I've put together. Some of the best work. My lyrics were like spot on. Like one of the lyrics off of one of the songs, It's probably like, I think it's called Doesn't Matter. And in the song, there's a verse that it basically says, prostitution is the new normal, scantily clad is formal, something like that, along those lines. What is happening right now? And I wrote that like 4 years ago, man, like 3 or 4 years ago. I kind of do feel like I'm ahead of the game. I really do. I kind of feel, it's too bad that I'm not financially ahead of the game, but I look at society where things are headed. Like, people are just living way beyond their means, especially women. You know, we have women out here that don't have to even pay for meals, and they just use guys. Like, there's a, I didn't even click on it, but I mean, I think I've seen like red pill guys saying, like, this one woman said that she didn't have to buy any food for 2 years because she just like used guys for foodie dates. Like, we can't just keep propping this up. We can't keep propping women up that like they're living lavishly, like they're living like Marie Antoinette. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep rewarding people for bad behavior. You're out here sleeping around. You can't. You ended up with an idiot. He's a thug. And then you end up like on welfare, and you didn't learn the first time. Now you're with another thug, creating more offspring and more problems for this world. Like, who's the root cause? It's men. It's men. Weak fathers. That's the root cause. I guess you can point to God. It's not him. Maybe it's a lack of God in people's lives. What do you think men, great men, have like tried to be like? They call. Damn it! I think a damn bug flew in my mouth. Whatever. Unedited, uncut, real. Anyway, the father. I'm sorry to say, man. I'm sorry to tell women, like, your natural stance and what you're going against with being a mother and having a good man being your provider, and women have not been taken care of. They haven't been. So I don't blame them for wanting to be independent. Even when I hear guys like, why do I hear guys wanting to raise their girls to be independent? Because why? Because they don't trust men nowadays. And you even got like people like Myron Gaines out here saying, "What's the open relationship for me?" You got the red pill guys who complain about women degeneracy when they're creating it. He even said, like, men aren't sluts, we're slut makers. Like, okay, so you're out here creating sluts, and possibly I have in the past. I've seen the light, man. I've seen what the damage it could do. This is complete degeneracy, what we're living in right now, and it can't last. You can't think that society is gonna. You think that Gen Z's men are just gonna grab the baton and run with it like the boomers did? Is absolutely unbelievable. With no incentives. And at least the baby boomers had, good women, creating families. They don't have that. They don't care. They have no direction. And that's what I've been trying to say. They don't care. And a lot of them don't have any empathy. Tim Cass last night was just saying, like, they don't care if you call them Nazis. They don't care if you call them racist. They don't care. These are the ones that are going to be your plumbers, These are the ones that are going to be doing all the infrastructure to keep your life moving forward. Like, do people not think the infrastructure is a real thing or something? Do you think that people are out here like myself, not right this second, but I'm going to be, I'm trying to be. Oh, there's somebody out here camping. It's crazy. Anyway, you think that we don't exist? You think you can say, let them eat cake and that's it? No. This is, I've said this before. I said this a while back. I don't know if I deleted one of the videos, but no one's gonna find it. What I will say is, if you're making yourself look like you got money, and I'm not making any threats, I'm just saying, you make yourself look like you have money, don't be surprised if you're gonna get unwanted attention from people. You know, like, you're putting a big target on your back at this point. People at some point will start getting desperate. At some point, people will start getting desperate. The dollar is not going to last. Well, I think I said this in my last video where, yeah, you can look back on that, whatever, if you really care. Yeah, and this is some of the stuff I've been saying, like, you can't sit here and just cancel all the student loan debt and then put it on the taxpayer and then be like, yeah, that don't matter, and I got my degree. Maybe it does mean something, maybe it doesn't, but it's like, okay, then where's my free college? Well, I want to go to college for free too. So if it's going to be okay for these people, then it's going to be okay too for me, because I want my free college. And if I don't get it, there's going to be some massive problems. Okay? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, if you're going to cancel these people's debt, we're going to have to cancel my debt too. You're going to have to cancel all my credit card debt, my car loan, all that needs to be canceled. I'm not going to play this game where you're just like, there's no consequences for your actions. There has to be consequences. And I'm coming at this as, I'm a humble person. I am not a person who is wanting people to suffer. I don't want that. I want people just to wake up and come back in reality. Get out of your bubble and realize, like, you really ain't shit, man. Like, you're not a big deal. I'm not a big deal. Quit acting like you're like Kim Kardashian. You know, you're living, the only reason why you're living large is because of off of other people's backs. And you have to have a little bit of humbleness. And when I'm seeing these TikTok, you know, girls, they sit here and complain. They're still like, it's all about them. And like, I get it, but like, there's no humbleness. It's like me, I want things my way all the time. Like, no, if you're not going to get it all the time, okay, well, something else is going to break. You can't keep doing this. You can't, what we're doing is put a bunch of debt on our kids, on our grandkids. Can't keep doing it. Something will break, and it's not going to be something fun either. I'm not leading a revolution. Nothing. I'm making a complete observation. We can't keep this feminism bullshit going. Most women want to have kids. They want to have a husband. We can't keep... Holy crap. Turkey, you think? Nice. Anyway, we can't keep doing this. There's no way. We're just become more and more separated from each other, and then like some people are slaves and other people are just like... It's like the Hunger Games. No. You will have rebellions. You'll have literal rebellions. Like, shit will break. You can't keep the society going the way it is. People have to wake up. Boomers have to wake up and realize Social Security, yes, you've paid into your whole life. I paid into it for the last 27 years. I'm not getting it. You have to understand what it has evolved into, and it's evolved into welfare. Stop acting like you're entitled. I am sorry. You guys voted for these people to destroy it. I don't know what to say. But you have a lot of people who are pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm basically a pacifist, dude. I'm a pacifist unless I'm forced not to be one. I'm not gonna do nothing. And in fact, you know what? If it came down to it, I'm gonna go off somewhere into a cave and no one will ever find me again. Okay? People who do like mass shootings and stupid shit like that are fucking pieces of shit. Like, they need to be quartered. They need to have like really bad. There needs to be a big deterrent to have people to think twice about doing that. Just like I think like we need to have public canings or public lashings. Like, people aren't afraid of jail no more. Maybe some people actually want to go to jail. You can't have society just like stealing all the time, man. Like, that's the thing, is these rich people think that it's not going to show up on their doorstep. Just like King Louis, was it the 15th or whatever, and Marie Antoinette. They watch the movie, look into history. And that's all I'm saying is I look at history, I look at how humans have acted in the past, and I see similarities. And you know, it wasn't like, I think that they were trying to make concessions and understanding. I don't think Marie Antoinette, like, understanding the research that I've been doing, having to rely on what other people say, but that she was to the bitter end, like, let them eat cake, like she's proud, and I'm gonna sit here with, no, she was trying to, like, okay, we don't need diamonds, and you know, it wasn't just like, no, give me all your stuff, like a complete dictator. I think that she was, and the man and him too, they were trying to reform the monarch. They were trying to have like a constitution monarchy, whatever the hell that means. They were trying, but you know, they eventually, like this, they eventually got in their palace, and they escaped that time. But eventually it showed up on the doorstep, and for people to think like that can't happen now, or it's just like ridiculous, man. Oh, we live in America. Yeah, we live in a civil society for right now. What happens if people don't trust the dollar no more? What happens when people feel like the system is failing them? I'm hoping this doesn't happen. That's definitely what would have been happening if we sat here, just sit back and do nothing, and just let everyone take from us. And we can go down with the ship. Let's just do nothing and we'll go down with the ship, or we can try to do something, try to make a change for the better, and then possibly make things better for everybody else. We have to make things better for ourselves first. I'm talking about America. We need to bring back families. We need the mainstream media. And that's another thing, man. People are they want to keep pushing bullshit. People are gonna get outraged. Connect the dots, man. Just connect the dots. What do you think is gonna happen? So, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying, listen, man. People can only take so much, okay? You can only push people for so far and take so much for them, and then they end up snapping. For right now, it's peaceful, but I'm telling you, man, like Gen Z isn't gonna put up with this shit. You think that we're just gonna keep oppressing Gen Z and like nothing's gonna happen? You're just gonna live your life in peaceful till you pass away? It's not gonna happen. The funny thing is like we created them. and the way I see not all grandparents, the way I see how grandparents interact with their kids nowadays compared to when I was growing up is night and day, dude. It's night and day. I don't care. They're like, there's a big portion of boomers that don't care about their grandkids. I understand the whole concept of, worried about your future, like you can't work no more. But how about you, like, start living a little bit less lavishly? How about that? How about you start trying to get more healthy? How about, you start having to you start developing relationships with your family and your kids and I'm not talking about my family. I'm talking about what I see out of boomers. It's just the entitledness that they think that they're just gonna keep living like this, and people are just gonna be like, no. What's gonna happen is like, you can vote for your shit, but you think that these kids are just gonna take it? They're gonna rise up against you, man. Same goes for women. Like, seriously, like, think about it. The same goes for you. You're showing, women are showing that they don't want men, they don't like us. I've heard of different statistics. I don't know, it's the internet. Where like 80% of women aren't interested in men nowadays. Well, the bottom 80% of men they're not interested in. The men who actually do shit. The men who actually have value in the society. Yeah. Because no one wants to live a humble life anymore. Nobody wants to live a humble life. And that's the problem. People are so out of touch with reality. I'm on the ground. I live it. I'm in reality. I might like have devices and the internet like you guys, but somewhat in the matrix. But I have good observation, and I don't want complete collapse, man. I don't want that. I don't want to see a bunch of women that are homeless on the streets. We're not going to be able to pay for this shit. Like, we literally don't have any more money, man. Yes, we do. We can keep printing out money. And then putting that on who? The backs of who? The working class? People like me who are already... Like, do people understand? The bottom 50% of people have most of the fucking debt. You can't put any more on us. There's nothing left to put on us. Because at some point, you think that people are going to keep working when they don't have a roof over their head? You think that people are going to keep going and doing a job they hate when they don't even have a roof over their head? You think they're going to want to keep supporting a system? Like, no. They're just going to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to starve, I guess. Maybe I can go to a food bank or whatever, and dude, if I was homeless, I'm not going to go to a job and work unless, like, I'm trying to get myself out of that situation. If I had the mindset where, dude, I don't want to contribute to this anymore. I don't want to work and generate tax revenue for the government to just give to people who don't appreciate me, who look down on me. Can you imagine that? Imagine that. It's funny too, man. It is quite hilarious how these rich people like they love recessions. Like, dude, the smugness, the arrogance to want people to hurt. It's not like it's like the people at top. It's always the people at the bottom that get screwed over. They're eventually gonna be like, fuck, let's just burn this shit down. Like seriously, people are just gonna like that. The bottom just be like, burn this shit down. Whether it's like what they're doing in China with the Let It Rot movement with the youth, which is affecting their economy tremendously, or it happens here. Seems to be happening in both places, to be honest. Maybe if we like work together, which I think Trump is trying to do with China, and realize, hey, dude, this is not sustainable. Why aren't women interested in men? Why? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with like a good man that, yeah, he cleans out the sewer, but he like provides for you, he protects for you. You know, he'll make a good husband and a good father. Oh, he's not edgy enough. Oh man, I gotta have the guy that has tattoos on his face because he's so attractive. So you're thinking with your pussy before you're thinking with your mind. So crazy. Same with guys. Like seriously, just I don't want a 10. The last thing I want to have is settle down with a really good looking woman. That's the last thing I want to do. I can't sustain that. I can't sustain that, man. And for women, like that guy you just had a kid with, that thug, you want to have your kids raised by that dude? That's a good father figure. And it comes back to men. Most of them don't have good father figures. It always comes back to us. Why is their egos being propped up on social media? Because guys won't leave them alone. The best thing, that's not going to stop, obviously, guys. So it's just, if guys aren't going to sit here and stop leaving women alone on the internet by like, it's one thing, okay? It's one thing if it's a prominent figure, you know, like a political figure, and you're making a comment or something like that. But if you're sitting there like kissing their ass, oh God, you're so beautiful. Like that one guy, that one lady, the bold, beautiful, the bold liberal. Well, she's cool. I like Angela. I think she's cool, man. I think that she's kind of a troll, but you know, she's like having baby fever. Even it might be a troll or whatever. She might be just joking because it's part of her little stick or brand or whatever. But all these guys are like, oh, I'll have a baby with you. And she can't even probably have a kid, man. She's like 43, dude. So, yeah. Who's the one that divorced women? Who's the one that were deadbeat dads? Who's the one that, you know, all these bad child support laws because of us in the past, bad men in the past. That's why those laws are there. Why are women, this is more about me. Why are women all like cool with like a hookup culture now? Well, who created the hookup culture? It wasn't women, it was men. Now they don't care. Women haven't been taken care of. I'm just trying to talk about societal issues, man. And like I said, like whatever I'm saying with some type of a revolution with Gen Z isn't going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. This is probably like 4 years from now or something like that. Like people will continue to plow forward. Whether Trump can fix this situation, which I don't know if he can. I think it's too much. I think reversing this is going to take a long time, and people will probably vote the Democrats back in. Because things aren't, you know, people don't give things enough time to be fixed. I'm being affected by Trump, by his tariffs, because there's not a lot of jobs now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a job. I might have to like sell all my assets and then go bankrupt. I'm having to go live back with my mom because I'm a loser, right? I'm a loser. That's what people will say. You're a loser. Well, I'm thankful because it's better than living on the street. And it's not like it's going to be something that's forever, because I will get a job. I will get a job. Even if Even if I have to go bankrupt and I sell all my assets, I'm still going to come back and still trying to like start over from scratch at least. I don't think that people understand what Gen Z is going through right now. They think that they're lazy. They don't have any reason to work hard. Seriously. How comes I'm more attracted to women that are my age or older? Why is that? I'm not even attracted to young women. Am I weird? Because I look at them and I look at the young women and I'm like, I've already laid out like how messed up they are. They're not attractive to me, man. They might look good, but what is it? How long does that last? You know what I mean? It's just the way I look at least older women are at least more feminine. Or do they have wrinkles? Maybe some gray hair? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Look at me. I'm fucking ugly as shit. I got some gray right here. I'm not no Don Juan. I'm realistic. So many people just are completely unrealistic. They're not realistic at all. They passed on good people that they, and I probably passed up on a lot of good women myself. This whole like, I can get better. It's just like, no, there comes a point where it's just like, no, you don't get nothing now. What is it? The store, the husband store where you go to level 1 and blah blah blah. It's just the analogy somebody came up with, and nah, he's good, but nah, I'm gonna go to the next level. Nah, he's really good, but nah, I want to see what's better. And then all of a sudden, no, you don't have. There's no one better. Like there's nothing. We went to the top floor. There's nothing there. Yeah, it comes a point where it runs out, man. You run out. You run out of time. We're gonna have a bunch of old ladies who are by themselves, who are gonna try to depend on men to provide for them, provide them living their own independent life, and it's not reality. I mean, if you're an independent woman, and you do everything, that's cool, man. You know, if here's something like I've heard this when I was probably like 10 years ago. Women, even back then, were like, they might be getting welfare from the state, and they think they're independent women. Like, no, being independent is relying on nobody. That's independence. If you're getting child support for your kids, you know, you're not independent. I understand there's different circumstances for child support. It's definitely a nuanced subject, but like a lot of women just like rely on, oh, my husband will pay. Like, what's her name? Ashley Sinclair. Ashley Sinclair. Elon offered her 15 million and so much a month. You know, these women that and I get it, I guess, like if I was a famous person and I was a rich person, I definitely gonna have to pay more, but it's not because of like I'm paying for your lifestyle. I'm paying for the security to protect my kids. It's like my kid, like if you don't want to be with me, you're not gonna leave me and expect to live the same life. No, you'll live bottom of the barrel. And you know, when my kids come to visit me, hopefully it would be like 50-50. They're gonna have it better where I'm at. They're gonna want to come live with me, and they're gonna have a better situation because that's what you wanted. You're not gonna have it both ways, and that's what's happening with women, is they're having it both ways. They're having whatever way they want. It's not sustainable. In fact, like in that situation, I might even just like torpedo whatever I'm doing, and torpedoing my career, blowing it up, just despite her. Like, you're not gonna sit here and live high on the hog. Sorry, you're not gonna live a lavish lifestyle, and because you're bored, you're gonna leave. and think you're going to continue the same lifestyle. I don't care about highlights in hair. I don't care about nails. I don't care about being done up in makeup, all these little eyelashes. Another thing is being pushed. Have you guys noticed this? I'm seeing Angel Reese, WNBA player, very popular NBA player. She is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. What is? I've seen. I don't know if this has been photoshopped, but does she have a mustache that like she is sporting now? Is that what's going on? I'm not attracted to that, dude. I'm not attracted to women with a bunch of hair, facial hair, or any of that. That's gross to me, man. That's like a dude. Like everything, things are like being pushed on us. It is anti-family, anti-human, anti all this. Even okay, let's talk about Elon Musk, who I highly respect. He's a fucking degenerate. No, he's so worried about, you know, the extinction of humans. So he thinks that he's literally going to populate the world himself because he's got like 15 kids. Like, what kind of a father figure are you, dude? Your oldest kid is is converted, I guess. Like, what kind of father figure? What kind of leadership? I'm not gloating. I don't want to sit here and gloat. I'm a humble person. Anytime I start talking smack, God like smacks me in the face like, hey, this. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like, that's not good. Like, if Elon really cared about humanity and all this people breeding or whatever, he wouldn't be doing that. Like I said, if he's in their lives and they have like some type of polygamous type of deal, that's cool, whatever, man. Like, that's their thing. He's there, he spends time with how much time do you think that he spends with his kids? I mean, honestly, the only one that I've seen him with is his kid X or whatever. How many other kids is he spending time? How could he? Dude is already extremely wealthy, but he don't have the time to be that father figure to his kids. Like Andrew Tate, there goes another degenerate. I don't need to spend time with my kids. Okay, my dad didn't spend time with me. Okay, he's a degenerate. That's what Andrew Tate is. He's a complete degenerate. I mean, it is what it is. But he's not somebody you want to look up to that's the last. You know, if you want to look up to anybody, look up to Jesus, man. That's what I'll tell. Hey, look up to Jesus. You want to look up to somebody. Andrew Tate's the worst figure to look up to. Like, he's a piece of shit, man. Like, seriously, he's a blatant hypocrite. Not everyone's a hypocrite, but that guy, he's just about making money. That's all that guy's about. Like, so for Elon, what he should be doing is trying to use his influence to try to change society, but he's not doing that. He's not advocating for like family to maybe seek religion. I get it, he's not religious, but the father be in the house. He's not. $5,000. You think that $5,000 is gonna get anybody to want to have kids? Trump, come on, dude. The only people that think that's gonna is a good idea, people that are really low IQ, and you want them having kids? Like, come on, man. Anyone with smarts, if you want people to have kids, you're gonna have to be like $100,000. You're gonna have to put something out there real, man. And our government can't do that. We can't do that. So rich people, if you want us to have kids, well, you better start putting your money where your mouth is. Start handing over some of your assets to us. redistributing wealth because you realize, hey, these people are going to be coming after me one day. Maybe not me, maybe my kids. I don't know. I hope not. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying, like, you can't. People, I know humans, they'll end up like revolting. How do you think we have America? Through revolution. The whole concept of America is based off of revolution. Hell, that's probably why France had a revolution, because of us. Because they were funding our Revolutionary War, and I'm sure their citizens were like, oh, okay, you know, we can't afford to eat, and you want to sit here and tax us? Well, you're going to have a revolution on your hands as well. This is human nature, and we haven't changed. We haven't evolved. Like I said, I can say this 100 times. I'm not making threats. I'm making observations. That's it. I'm not connected with anybody. For my own protection, I have my own protection. For my own protection, never for on the offensive, just for protection. I'm very responsible. But just my observation, man. I'm just a lone wolf out here. That sounds bad, right? Yeah, I am. I'm just by myself. And you know, sit out here and do my own thing, making observations, not threats, observations. That's it. Just observations. We can't continue. This society is getting worse, worse, and worse. You know what should be happening with women like Bonnie Blue, who is advocating, trying to get other women to do what she's doing, because that's what they do. You know, just like I was saying with the analogy of you know, the party girl and her friend that's in a relationship. It's a crabs in a bucket. Bonnie Blue might have made a bunch of money off of that, because everybody's sharing her stuff. And that's another thing, is like all these big content creators sharing this, like degeneracy. You guys keep sharing that, as it's giving them, it's adding more fuel to the fire for your money. So I understand they're trying to, it's a double-edged sword, because you're trying to make people aware. I get it. But at the same time, you're giving them clout. And what we should be doing is just ignoring these people. If you just ignore degeneracy, it'll go away. Just like all the stuff that, like, all these people come out here like, oh, I'm a fairy or whatever. Okay, go ahead. Stop giving them any type of attention and it'll go away. Just, you know, it's kind of like me, you know. I'm a little bit different because I am kind of stubborn. But if nobody cares that you're whatever you think you are, whatever pronouns, and nobody's listening, because they're doing it for attention mostly. That's why Bonnie Blue is doing what she's doing. She's doing it for attention. It's but okay. Like I said, I know it's a double-edged sword, but what at this point, why are we showing this stuff? Why are they sharing degeneracy? Stop sharing it. Just ignore it and it'll go away. But, you know, that's, people need to make money. So, and that's what it's all about, right? The dollar, making the money. Yeah, I know this is supposed to be about student loan debt. What am I supposed to talk about? Student loan debt. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. You know, you know who's getting affected was 60% of women are, college is 60% of women. I mean, who's getting affected most by this? People that hate me, the people who vote against me, the people who hate me just because of who I voted for. Really? Like, you don't even know me as a person, but you hate me? Okay. And you can see some of my tweets I hate. Yeah, because that's what we're getting. You know, these people are supposed to be loving and caring, but they end up being the violent ones. And yeah, I don't like you very much, but you know, I'm not wishing bad things on people, that's for damn sure. Can't keep living in this system, that two-tier system where you got lawmakers profiting off of their seats, lawmakers becoming famous, getting clout because of their seats. Dude, politicians shouldn't be really like, it really shouldn't be like, I know they're influencers to some extent, but like, look at how Jasmine Crockett's acting. You know, look at how they're acting like, oh, we gotta get this guy from this gang member back from El Salvador. Let's bring him back so we can just deport him anyway. The due process is if, hey, you don't have citizenship. Oh, you're not a citizen. Oh, you came here illegally. You're out. That's your due process. We don't have time for all that bullshit. We don't have time to have everybody, to give everyone a trial. For what? Maybe some where it's just like, okay, we had a judge rule that they could stay a little bit longer because of this circumstance or that circumstance. Like, El Salvador is one of the safest places in this hemisphere now. There's no need for anybody to really have a trial. Come on, man. It takes, we need common sense. We don't, and if you pay for it, dude. You Democrats, you want all this? You pay a lot of extra in taxes. That's what we need to get to. Like, you pay up to 100% in taxes if you care about these programs so much. I don't want this. I think the government's ineffective in most cases. They're highly inefficient. I want less government. I think we can help out people with less government. I think the best thing for us to do is bring back jobs, make things make things so people could have a affordable wage. You know, women shouldn't want to go work. They shouldn't have to. Guys should wanna. These kids aren't going to. Like, this is the lost generation, man. They see the way these girls are. They're not gonna wanna. They don't want to be wide. Like, hopefully, what it is like, hopefully, the ones that become women in the future, they realize the mistakes from Gen Z girls, Gen Z women, and they want to be wives and mothers. That's how Gen Z gets saved, because the Gen Z women, the millennial women, they're mostly lost, and there's no saving them. They're all indoctrinated. They're all brainwashed. That's what this is. It's all a bunch of brainwashing. It's unsustainable. And who's the ones doing the brainwashing need to be held accountable. The colleges, the mainstream media, Hollywood. Like, they should have to pay for this. Like, tax the hell out of these. You're not gonna sit here and just and socially try to destroy our society and just get away with it. Whether there's other countries, whether it's NGOs, elites who want to do New World Order crap, they should have to be held responsible. Hold them responsible. I don't know. Can't keep on doing what we're doing. Gotta have accountability. We can't have a civil society without accountability. If we're not going to have accountability, then stuff will start breaking. People will start revolting. People will get pissed. People are already pissed. If you want Gen Z men to work hard and be slaves, you have to give them a reason to want to be. You can't just expect them to go do it for themselves. We don't peacock for other guys. You know how we peacocked for other guys? Here's my woman. That's how we peacock for other guys. Dude, I'm a minimalist. I made 41 grand last year. I'm poor. Well, I seen the title of a video, 100 grand ain't shit no more. I guess it depends on where you're at. But I don't care about living high on the hog. You know, I don't care. How do guys peacock to other guys? Here's my woman. Well, they have no women that want them, so why are they going to keep working hard? For what? Maybe to sustain their own selves, but that's it. It's just like the let it rot movement in China. But what do I know? Hey, you know what you should do is you should go back and look at my TikToks that I made. The cringe ones that I made like 2 or 3 years ago, and see how they rhyme with what not all of them, but some of them kind of rhyme. Some of them are kind of extreme. Maybe it's 10 years from now, who knows? But go look at some of those TikToks I've created. No, I'm not special. I just connect dots. That's it. I connect dots. I'm a dummy compared to I'm a dummy, says the left, because I'm not an educated man. I'm an abstract thinker. I'm a creative type. My intelligence isn't limited to one. I'm not a one-trick pony. Not like them. They're a one-trick pony. They memorize and repeat. That's it. That's all they are. They're NPCs and they're sheep. So this probably sounds like the rest of what I've been trying to say. I'm sounding the alarm. That's all I'm doing. I'm sounding the alarm. That's all I'm trying to do. This isn't propaganda. And China, you're going through this too. Other countries are going through this too. This isn't just here. You know what that tells me? It's orchestrated. We need to find out who's orchestrating this crap. And they need to be punished. Whether we take all their wealth, like I want to do. Like, they're lucky I'm not in charge. If I was in charge, I wouldn't care. If I was in charge, if I was in Trump's position, I wouldn't care if you guys go ahead and execute me at the end. But I'm gonna make some drastic changes because they're needed. Honestly, they're needed. I'm going to round up, and first off, I want to investigate these elites. I want to investigate, like, where's all these kids go? How are all these kids disappearing? I remember growing up, all these kids are disappearing. I'm gonna investigate you, and we're gonna find out if you're paying people to protest, you're paying to try to divide our country. We're coming after you with the military. And I'm not coming out with you just our military. I'm gonna start going to other countries who this is happening to and who aren't orchestrating it. And they're gonna have my back. I'm gonna have a coalition, and we're gonna be going after the New World Order. Whatever that is, the Masons, the Illuminati, the WEF, whatever. Find out you're socially trying to destroy our country. We're gonna find out if you created, like, we know what was. Can I even talk about it? Can I talk about it? YouTube? Maybe YouTube's a problem. I'd be going after them too. Oh, people can't. You want to try to suppress people? Okay. Like, who are you working for? I would be going after everybody. That's what needs to be happening. I want investigations, and I want to know, is this conspiracies that are happening, are they real? And if they are, we're going to counteract, and we're coming after you now. You've been coming after us, now we're coming after you. You've been trying to socially destroy our country for like 60 years, whether it's the welfare state, trying to take the father out of the household, putting down men, putting down fathers, putting down families, putting down Christians. We're coming after you now. And guess what what I would do is I would just take their wealth and I would drop them off in a third world country. Be like, you and your family are going to live in Haiti now. I don't care. Like, this is what you get. And we're going to take your wealth and redistribute to to wipe off some of the debt that you've helped caused. And in fact, I don't care who it is. I wouldn't care if they coming after me and killing me. I guarantee you they would. I would probably all that would happen is maybe they did kill me, but somebody else would step up because they would see what I uncovered. So, and all that would do is make me a martyr, and other people would rise up, and it would be even. And I guarantee you they'd be a lot more cruel than I would be. They wouldn't give a fuck. So that's how I would handle things if I was. And what I think is happening is Trump is trying to be flexible. He's trying to be fair. He's trying to negotiate. But if we have other people that were trying to actively destroy our country from within, they need to be dealt with. It doesn't matter about the midterms. It doesn't matter any of that shit. All that needs to come out for everyone to know. If that shit is true, to try to push this feminism bullshit. Feminism has destroyed the family. It destroys the family. And I think it's a multifaceted assault. I think it's also what we're drinking, what we're eating. I think our diet and our water has something to do with the low testosterone in men and the high testosterone in women. Because look at women, look how they talk. They have high testosterone. You can see it in their asses. I never seen huge asses like that when I was a kid, especially from women that look like me, same color skin as me. Never seen it. They're flat as hell, dude. Now they all have big fucking asses. Like, what? Big thighs, big asses. You can say from working out, but like something else going on, man. I don't know. What do I know? So I'm coming at this from humbleness, okay? I feel for people that go through hardships. I do. Some people need to come down to reality, though. Like, you can't just live off of other people, turn your nose at them, and then act like you're like with arrogance. There's a lot of people that need to be humbled. If I was God, I would be doing everything I could to humble these people. But yeah, I guess that's it, man. That's a pretty long rant. I wasn't really gonna make any more videos. I was like, man, should I shut the fuck up? Like I was saying, and I am. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. But I think this is important, man. This is important for me to document. And you know, I could be taken out tomorrow, and you could be taken out right now. It's not meant to rile anybody up. I'm not trying to rile anybody up. That's not my goal. My goal is just to wake people up. Listen, look what's happening. It's like, no, I'm gonna be distracted. Look, take their head. Look at this. We're about to die. Let's run. No, I want to be distracted by this shiny thing. Look at this flower. Look, they got battle axes. They're coming at us. Let's go. I'm just trying to ring the bell, the warning signs. And like I said, I sound like a lunatic. And if I sound like a lunatic, go and listen. Go read my second book. Go read my first book. It's trash. It's horrible grammar, some misspellings, all that. I did it all myself. Look at my second book. Oh man, the format is horrible. Guess I uploaded it and then like, hey, listen, if you can figure it out what it says, you can figure. It's just lyrics. If you can't figure it out, then you're an idiot. Yeah, I messed up. I was like, hey, you know what? It's kind of cool. It's different. It's not like professional. It looks like a human made it. Somebody like. But if you look at the writings, look what I say in the lyrics that I wrote 3-4 years ago. Some of them even before that. Look at how they match up to what's happening now. If you don't want to look at the lyrics, listen to some of the songs I wrote. The song, And I'm not trying to promote for selling. This is just like, listen, like, wake up, man. I know a little bit what I'm talking about. You could even go back to some of my old videos. On here. Look at what I'm talking about. Look what I'm talking about with technology. Go back. Look at what I'm talking about. Even with, like, I don't know everything. I just see generally where things are going, where things are headed. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is all this stuff comes up and Trump leads us to a golden age. I hope that's what I want. I want a golden age. But I am also a realist, and I know that's really hard in this environment. And honestly, a lot of people don't deserve a golden age, honestly. Just the arrogance of people and the lack of humility and gratitude. I can't believe that God's allowing that. Like, just people just have like this complete arrogance. So crazy, man. Sometimes I am, but like the ignorance as well. It's just like ignorance and arrogance put together. But that's enough ranting. And one thing before I go. One of this guy's highly intelligent, Raymond's Thoughts, even he was saying what I was saying when I was hearing the stock market was crashing. It hurts rich people. Yes, it hurts us. Okay? Yes, it hurts us. You lose your job, you're hurt. You're definitely hurt. You might be able to go on unemployment or something. I'm being hurt like really bad by this. And in fact, part of the reason I even came up here to Michigan was to help vote for Trump. Not the whole reason, but part of it. I've put in, man. I put a massive skin in the game. But like I was saying on Twitter, which everyone thinks I'm stupid, we are used to living minimalistically. We're used to living bottom of the barrel. We don't need new iPhones. We don't need new TVs. And in fact, we have markets here we can buy from other private sectors that will be cheaper. That's just as good, but it's used just like I do with my cell phones. I buy a cell phone for like $200. It's a couple years old, but it still does what I need it to do. Don't need brand new clothes. When's the last time I bought clothes? I don't buy clothes that often. I think I bought a couple hoodies last year just to show people for like Trump or Bitcoin or whatever, but I don't buy new stuff all the time. I don't need to. Most of us don't really need to. Man, we're used to cutting back. We really are. We're used to cutting back more than rich people. It affects rich people most. Poor people don't. Poor people have debt. You know? We have debt. Can't afford all that flashy stuff. Like I said, you want to look like you're rich. If we don't go to a golden age, you're making a target. Like, and it's not me, it's other people. Some people will get desperate, man. Especially when you cut off the illegals' welfare. What do you think they're gonna do? They're not just gonna go back home. They're gonna, they'll start stealing and whatever they gotta do to get their resources. So whatever, man. Doesn't matter. Just like that song I wrote. Doesn't matter.